Okay, we're going to do a little reading here. We're going to shuffle. I'm going to start by seeing who this reading is for. If you've never seen me before, I love to pull tarot, connect people to, those limits that are holding them back, and then the activation to move forward. So oftentimes I get people on the precipice of change or feeling stuck in life or uncertain about something. Obviously, that's why you watch these videos. So let's just see who this is for. Someone who is, we're moving from like this sort of abandoned, left out in the cold energy into this very emotionally balanced energy. Although perhaps you're someone who's affected emotionally by, aren't we all, but deeply by circumstances, and you can see deeper into circumstances than most people. And that's what I mean, that kind of empathic sort of, like you'll take on the weight of the world and kind of try and balance it out. And some of that gives you power and some of that can be kind of draining. So maybe that's why you're here, to see what that next right move is for you to feel balanced and empowered. There it is with the Magician. So you're in this time of wanting to feel that empowerment, but there might be a little bit of burden throwing things off. I like that it's our King of Cups. Again, knowing that there's more than meets the eye. He does have both feet on, but the whole thing is floating. Oh, which is kind of interesting. He has both feet planted safely, not in the water, but the whole throne is actually on the water. So that can be, that can be exciting. Where am I going? I love adventure, but it can also feel like a burden of always having to keep things in balance when you don't feel fully supported. It's like, where do you get that balance from? And this is all about that personal empowerment. So you might resonate with, this is a time where I want to feel like, confidence, I have the tools, I have the ability, and which in fact you do. So let's see if that resonated with you. Stick around. Let's see what's going to come out next from this tarot deck. It's actually funny picking this one. I'm trying to I've had it for a while, but it's a very stiff deck and I wanted to break it in, and I was almost feeling stubborn about using it. This is an extra card in this deck about how magical you are. And that's what we were seeing with that Magician literally coming out, is this is going to be maybe a message of encouragement and validation that you really are magical and you have that in you. And maybe it's time to bring that to the surface. Queen of Swords, connected, clear on, with the Two of Swords, which is interesting because she's blindfolded and she is ready to go, connected, thought forward, moving, that divine connection that helps with those thoughts. So how can you connect that to see something more clearly? Because we've got this clarity with this completely blindfolded, two directions. I don't want to look because I'm afraid, so that belief in being magical might be really important here to get that clarity. Maybe your clarity gets blocked by doubt in your own beliefs and connection. There's some doubt around your connection. And then we get another Queen, in reverse. And she really sees what she has and her magnetic ability. So we need some clarity around that, right? That's what you're seeking, is that clarity around your magnetism and how you can actually direct your life. And it all has a very positive, forward moving to better things, understanding yourself, going for it. Yes, really focusing in on what's important to you, your work. We get the universe shining down on you as you focus in and let go of that forcing who you are, and instead falling in love with your ideas and focusing on those. Interesting. Usually it's more about personally empowering who we are, but this is really about being able to focus less on who you are and making that obvious to people, and more about focusing on what you want to create and your ideas being empowered and your abilities being empowered. maybe you distract yourself with the who am I and how do I be more of who I am type of thing, when really, in fact, now it's like you are who you are. So now we got to move these ideas of that forward as we get to knights, speaking of moving forward. And it is, of course, our mover, our shaker, our Knight of Swords who goes for it with the empowerment of who we are in that Knight of Wands. Yeah, because you already have who you are with you. Now you need to move it forward with your ideas. And it is the wands behind the sword, right? So it's that belief in who you are that is kind of holding, it's that belief in you need to keep seeing who you are that is stopping you from taking the action, because that's where your energy is being, I don't necessarily want to say leaked, although it kind of feels like that. It's being directed there when it could be directed here, which sounds super simple, but we'll get some advice on how do you actually do that. And yeah, we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So there's just some of that resistance to moving forward. But maybe that's a bit about the how. So how do you do this? What's the guidance and advice? What do they take from this? Okay, we'll go, how do you do this? And what is it you're going to be doing? You know, will they give us any specifics on what it is? So how do you do this? Ace of Cups, that clarity with the universe, like it's a real direction from the universe. Yes, okay, it's taking a leap. So less thinking about it and getting stuck in that, and more it's bringing all of yourself. Again, we've got these parts of like what you think and how you act coming together. What you think about yourself, what you think about what's possible. Yeah, what you think about relationships and love kind of coming in here a little bit. How you feel full. How you feel full. Taking a leap on how you feel full. How do you fill your cup? Really focusing on how you fill your cup. And there's this determination, stopping at nothing to feel that love for self, that joy, that appreciation, that abundance. That's like the fuel to get you to move. So again, it is that energy of going from, am I good enough? What is it about me? How do I show or prove myself to people? And more into, I am amazing. So let's keep feeling that so that I'm ready and full of what it takes to move forward. There's been a delay around that. So that's how you do it. Then what are you going to be doing? Let's use these. What is this idea you're going to run forward with? Or what are you taking a leap on? Again, with the focus on the physical, focus on your work. It's something that you can do for a long time and really activates you and fills you up. Maybe something that you practice and do over and over again to get it right. Let's just see. Let's just see what else comes out. That's way too many cards. What else comes out about what this is? The physicalness of it. So it's more than just like there's a physical action to it. It feels. So it involves the body. I mean, I guess anything, even writing involves the body because you have to write with your body, with your hands. But more physical seems. Let's get clarity on what this Eight of Pentacles is, please. What is this work they'll be focused on? All these pentacles, and again with the 10 of Pentacles. So something that really builds that generational wealth, that security. Like it's such a secure foundation that you're moving to. So what brings you that? The Moon. Maybe it's something that's going to be revealed. Yeah, as you move into this fulfillment. Geez, another 10 of Cups. So the fulfilled, it's like, can you get it? It's almost sounding like manifesting language. Like, can you get in that fulfilled, completed, I am complete, I am here, I have arrived type feeling, so that you can receive what you haven't seen yet. This new, give us one more clue though. Like, what is it? It's successful. Obviously, it's going to feel like the ultimate, again, with this physical creation. We've literally got this person installing glass, and this other person was chipping away and physically, you know, creating this art. It's something that will be seen by the public eye, whatever it is. It, you know, others will have opinions about it. What else? What else can we know about what they're going to be doing? So, I mean, that's also the card of like social media. Yeah, creating a physical, tangible object or things. So whether you create art or writing, that did come to mind before, those are physical things. If you're creating a book, you know, that's a tangible, something that someone's going to, and something that others are going to consume in some sort of a way, and have an opinion on and look at and ruminate on. You know, that's what you're creating. Something that creates depth, emotional reactions in people. So again, that does have like an artsy type of a feel. But really in any profession where you have to create for others to use the systems, the products, the information, that would all be relevant. What are you saying? Front and center. Yeah, really directing something, creating something that's a system, a plan that others can use for their own journey. Yeah, totally. And it comes from your own journey. I think everything you've done has led you up to being prepared for this. The trials and tribulations of life. You've taken on a lot of experiences to have you in a place where you can share this, and it will benefit others. And I guess that's as specific as it can get, being this is a general reading. Is there anything else specific about what the idea is that they're going to go forward? Clarify this Nine of Wands for me, this warrior. Woo! Yeah, it takes people to, and you to a better place. And it's everything that you have developed in your life through your life experience, through being who you are, which is again why they're going back to that. There's no more about proving who you are. This who you are has gotten you ready for this, and it clears the path for you and others to live a better life. So definitely could be some kind of educational thing, some kind of coaching thing, even reading cards like this can be that kind of a thing, writing a book, but it could also be creating systems in, you know, the area of your work, creating new ideas and systems that help everybody do it better, products, physical products that help people do it better, actions, yeah, like some kind of physical job where you create something that helps others. You build stairs. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that, but it's something that has been, you've been preparing for your whole life. If you kind of look back with that perspective, you can see why your whole life, your trials and tribulations, your resilience, that kind of thing has been preparing you for this, because it will take a lot of focus. Okay, are there any last messages for this collective? Is there anything else we need to know? Talk about, we've got the rest. Oh, 4-4 might be relevant. 9-9 and 4-4. Cool. Yeah, these repeating numbers. The fire, the passion, the distractions. But yeah, we see you lighting your way being what brings forth your harvest, and this celebration after a time of rest, getting really fired up about what's possible, and also moving away from that time of, yeah, I love that. Moving away from that time of just like energy drains and into this time of fulfilled receiving. You know, the Sun card is such a beautiful gift from the universe. And again, we're getting this like going from the 10 of Wands into the more balanced Justice. And it's just taking some time. It's just taking that, the time it's going to take, and it's a process. And I feel like, you know, trust the process. Really coming in there with the Empress on the bottom, and that magnetism, and you getting your justice, the universe bringing things into balance. Yeah, and it's coming quickly. It's coming quickly. Awesome. Lots of 8s, 9s, stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll leave the message there. It's coming quickly. I'm excited for you. This is time to take in that Sun energy. And again, going back to just, you know, making sure that you're moving from focus on, am I good enough? How do I make myself a better self? And into, I am amazing. I have all the tools. Sitting in that energy to see what comes up, what the universe drops in your lap as your next great idea, and allowing yourself to take a leap. It might not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, but taking that leap, taking some of those clues that came forward as to what it is for you. Of course, in a general reading, you'll have to feel into it intuitively, the specifics for you. But what has it been your whole life that now you want to bring forward, and allowing those next right steps to drop in. I'm surprised we didn't see the Wheel of Fortune with that, but we did see a few indicators that the universe is going to reveal things to you with that Moon and the Sun card, and seeing the balance coming in with some of those duplicating numbers and energies coming in. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and leave me comments if you have specific types of questions and stuff you want me to do readings on. Okay.